This is Katie with Homeschool Chat, Preschool Edition. And today we are going to do the 7th in a series for preschool year preparation. We're going to talk about writing, tracing, and coloring. So for writing, teaching your preschooler how to write, what materials do you need to begin teaching? So the first thing I want to do, I really like highlights.com. So I suggest that you check that out. They right now have a write on, write off, Let's Write Letters book for $14.99 and a write on, write off, Let's Write Words for $14.99. Brands that are really good to look for writing practice workbooks or learning how to write workbooks are highlights.com, Scholastic, and School Zone. And also check your local bookstore. We have a Barnes & Noble here where we live, and it has a big section for homeschooling with a big section of homeschooling workbooks and color books and things like that. So I have a little bit of a show and tell here of the types of workbooks that I'm talking about. So this is a workbook that is on the uppercase alphabet. Also, when you are a homeschool teacher, you always are on a treasure hunt to find that perfect piece of curriculum or that perfect thing to add to the curriculum. So as you can see, this first page here, it's just really simple and works really well for preschoolers. This top part here is for tracing, and then the bottom part is for practice writing. And they're going to need more than one page to practice writing an A. They're going to need to do it hundreds, if not thousands of times before they get so that they write really, really, really well. This is another workbook. It is a School Zone preschool workbook for lowercase alphabet. And its first page looks like this. So you trace the first letter, then your child writes that letter all the way across, then you make two words, 2 3-letter words, ant and hat. So they learn that the A goes at the front of the word sometimes, and sometimes it goes in the middle. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, there's one more thing. So I also have this other book, and this is the kind of thing that Highlights I just talked about provides. It is a get ready for school letters book, write on, write off. So the pages are kind of slick, and they have special pens that go with them. And I believe with this you take it off with just a towel or a wet towel or something like that. But they know that your child has to write these letters over and over again. So they provide these workbook pages, and then you erase it, and then they do it again at a different time. So if your child is learning the alphabet, then they're going to go through each letter 26 times and then begin again. Well, and there's other things too, like this is circle the animal that begins with the letter P. So it helps them with their other skills too, like reading, right? So now let's talk about tracing. There are materials to begin teaching. I'm going to give you some resources for that. Again, highlights.com offers a preschool learning fun workbook, tracing and pen control for $4.99. Other brands that are really good to look into, and I search mostly on Amazon. Other than Highlights, I search mostly on Amazon. Scholastic Scholastic Success and School Zone are very good brands. And go to your local bookstore. We have a Barnes & Noble here, and our bookstore is wonderful with a big section for homeschool. So the third thing that I wanted to talk to you today about is coloring. So coloring is a preschool skill, and you might be wondering if there's anything special that you need to know. Well, you can check out the free color pages that you can find online and print them out if you have a printer at home. You can also go to a bookstore and pick a color book that is age appropriate and appropriate for your child. So there are wrong and right ways to pick a color book. And for a preschooler, sometimes you want to keep the picture simple because your preschooler is trying to color in the lines. At first they're just having fun. But then as time goes on, they get the sense that, oh yeah, I'm coloring inside the lines. And you don't want to pressure them, like, yeah, you colored outside the lines. Well, a preschooler, that'll hurt their feelings, and then they may not ever want to color again, or at least not for a long time. So I have some examples here of the kind of color pages that you're looking for. And again, I really like when I shop for things to be able to look at what I'm getting, because I want to see that it's the best that it can be. So these simple color pages are big and easier for a beginner to color inside the lines. I have about 4 examples here. So here is another one. So you want to try and find a color book that uses this type of art for a preschooler. And here's another one. And don't be surprised if they color their penguin purple or their cow pink. These are what we're looking at. We're looking at very simple drawings. Okay, so I just want to reiterate a little bit of information. I've done it for each one of the shows so far, just so that you get it in your brain and you remember each time. So the attention span of a child is 3 to 5 minutes times the age of that child. So a 2-year-old attention span is on average 4 to 6 minutes. And a 3-year-old on average has the attention span of about 6 to 10 minutes. So you want to gauge your activities at the beginning of that school year based upon the fact that you're probably only going to get 5 minutes of attention. That will grow over the span of the year. And even over time, of course. Now, your basic plan for your preschool year, what should your preschool day look like? Is a 2.5 to 3 hour class day, unless there's a good reason to go over. And the reason that we do a 2.5 to 3 hour class day is that children get very tired. It's not impossible to do a full day, but it is harder on the child. So plan on having 10-minute activities-ish, sometimes a little bit more. It depends upon the child and it depends upon what you're doing. The goal is to get through your curriculum by the end of the year. So if you have a workbook that you want your child to get to by the end of the year, so let's say that you choose a preschool book that's like this thick, like an inch thick, then your goal is to get through it by the end of the year. So you'll divide that up so that it's possible, right? Also, you're going to want a snack for your preschool child, and you're going to want workbook time. You're going to want art and writing time. You're going to want story time. You're going to want music time. You're going to want outside playtime, and you're going to want inside playtime that is a learning experience, because preschool kids learn the best when they're playing. So you want the whole day to feel like it's a lot of fun. That is all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me here at Homeschool Chat with Katie. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.